All right, the final two things I have in the syllabus for you. One is a list of common APA errors that I have seen over the years. And you have the APA presentations, but I also ask as you're writing your paper, if you will go back and just read through these and double check. I think that will help you a lot. And one thing I don't have on here, but I want to just caution you, when you're writing your lit review, sometimes people think they have to quote as much as possible. It's just the opposite. Every time you quote, you're changing the style of writing, just like no two people talk exactly the same. So think about it. Every time you quote, it's like inserting another voice in your paper. So use quotes very sparingly. I tell people one per page max, and that's actually probably too much. So just a heads up on that. So make sure you read through this. There's a lot of information on one page. And then I've given you a sample cover page. Please, 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 you have to pay attention to detail. Notice the H on running head is not capitalized. Notice that the page number is on the same line. Notice it's not the whole title, right? It's too long. Your name will go where my name is. And then this is not in the APA manual. This is what we have added in the master's program. So follow it. Notice there's no day. It's just the month and the year. And that 11 is just on there from the syllabus, so that would not normally be on there. So those two last pages are there to support you. Now let's go ahead and look at some tips for how to be successful in the class. So because this is set up as an independent study, I really need you to think about your own work style. And think about, do you work best in the mornings, afternoons, or evenings? For me, I'm not awake in the mornings, so I'm going to be better in the afternoon or evenings. Do you work best in short bursts, like 30 to 45 minutes, or longer blocks of time? Because it takes you a half an hour to get the right music, to get your drink ready, to get your writing utensils. So you think about that. And then do you need complete silence to work, or do you like some noise? And when you think through those things, you're going to maximize your time. And after you figured out, okay, yep, I'm more in the evenings, set yourself up on a regular schedule. And I usually tell people if you plan to spend 6 to 8 hours on your project, you should get it done if you're maximizing that time. So put away the cell phone, right, and really do the things that you need to do to be able to focus. So you might set up, okay, Mondays, I know I'm fresh after the weekend. Mondays and Thursdays, I'm going to work right after I eat from 6 to 8:30 because I work better with a longer block of time. I would say never go more than 3 hours. And if you do 3 hours, take like a 15-minute break in between, right? And then I'm going to work on Saturday mornings because then I'll feel like I can enjoy the rest of my weekend. That's how I work, right? So it goes back to knowing yourself and knowing how you work. And then, like I said, stick to that. If you have people, if you're home and they think then that you are public access, go work someplace else, right? Go to a library, go someplace where you can have some alone time to work. Use the outline for your project in the syllabus. Refer back to it frequently to say, did I do this? Am I doing this? When you're writing, sometimes people say, I'm just going to write and then I'll go back and correct the APA format. That's going to take you double the amount of time. When your lit review, if you go back and write it in APA correctly on the first couple of pages, then you know you have it right the rest of the paper, right? Because you already have your guide. And if you use a source, I tell people cite it in the paper and then immediately go to your reference list and put it there so you're not having to worry about not having things match up later. Also, make sure you're using the spelling and grammar tools in Word. A lot of times people don't, and then I'm having to edit, which does not make me very happy. Also, Grammarly.com is a free online resource that you can use to check your writing, and it helps tremendously. Also, whoops, yeah, there I have a typo right there. You use the Gantt chart, which I'm going to show you in a minute, to help keep yourself on track as well. All right, so let's go back to our Blackboard site and look at your next steps. Okay, so one of the first things that you're going to do is sign up for a one-on-one appointment with me. And these will be for those 2 times. And I'll be sending you out a WebEx link that we'll use. And hopefully we can use the same one. I might have to change it after the first meeting. What I need you to do is just scroll down, look at your schedule. And remember, these dates can be different depending on which section you're in. Look and think for those 2 meeting dates, which time slot is going to work the best for you. I like to keep it the same both times. That way it helps you know, it helps me know what's going on. And when you decide that this is the one you want, you just go in there. If you click on it, and you can create a thread and just put your name on there. And then that shows up that, okay, you want that one. All right, so that's right here. The APA presentations that I referred to are right here as well. Whenever you see the earth, that just means it's a video. And they have some checking for understanding things in there. And I've also included the slides that go along with that to help you. The other things under the content, you're going to see these videos. And then here is the Gantt chart. And this is actually a blank one. Actually, let me do the sample one first. It's not letting me open. Let me see. Sorry, I think it's because I'm in a preview that I can't open it. Hold on, let me see. There we go. And the way that this works is you put in your time slots here. So you're going to put in for the 10 weeks. And then you're going to break down your project, whichever one of the 5 that you choose. Break it down into what I call bite-sized chunks. So here's one for a creative project, the one on my thematic units. And then what you do is, if it's something that's due that in 1 week, you can put an X. You can put arrows to show that's going to go over a couple of weeks. And then kind of put it however you want to. If you know you're going to be gone or over the 4th of July, you've got a lot going on, then don't plan to work much on it that week. What this does is it just helps you organize, I think, tremendously. And then it also gives you great satisfaction. So I say, do this, print it out, and then when you're done with something, to be able to cross it off is a wonderful thing, I think. So you don't have to use this. I've just found, I know it helps me personally, and I found that it helps a lot of other students. And there is a blank one right here as well that you can just type things in, type in your dates, and you'll be good to go. And with that, I think I've covered everything that I need to. I look forward to watching you create wonderful projects, and I will be receiving your proposals shortly. Here's to a great summer session together, and let me know if you have any questions.